Oh my god, that mid-credit scene! And it's killing me not to be able to talk about it because it is a massive spoiler for the future. So yeah, stay for the mid-credit scene. There's no end credit scene, but stay for the mid-credits. Anyway, The Marvels is Carol Danvers' big return to the screen, and reportedly she was all bitchy and moany, like, I gotta share the movie with other people. So, I don't know if that's true, but if it kind of got me a little worried about the movie. Like, maybe she was going to try to sabotage it or whatever. But, she actually did very well. And what I mean by that is, like, in the first Captain Marvel, as well as the Avengers movies that she appears in, she's very wooden. Like, her acting, like, she's stiff, she's wooden, and it looks like she doesn't really want to be there. In the Marvels, she's more animated. She has more emotion in her face, in her eyes, and she actually looks like she's having a good time. She's having fun. So, like, I don't know what happened between Captain Marvel and the Avengers movies and the Marvels, but, like, something clicked in her and it's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be, like, stiff. So the basis of the story of the Marvels is there's this woman, Dar-Ben, played by Zawe Ashton, if I'm saying her first name right. She's Kree, and she is trying to save her planet, which was destroyed by Captain Marvel, which is why she's called the Annihilator. And she goes out to go to planets that Captain Marvel knows, where she knows people, where she calls some kind of home. And she's stealing the resources, the atmosphere, the water, something else that's really, really big. I won't spoil that one. So the Marvels go out to save it. And while Brie Larson is a whole hell of a lot better in this than she was in the previous movie, and Teyonah Parris as Monica Rambeau, she is great. The star of this movie is without a doubt Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel. Now the show itself, Miss Marvel, it's not amazing, but it's fun, and that is because of Vellani's Kamala Khan. Her like childlike innocence, even though she is in her 20s when Miss Marvel was filmed. She's probably 19, maybe, I don't know, but I know she's like in her early 20s, I believe. But like the way she goes about it, like her childlike innocence and her just excitement about having powers and being a superhero, it makes Miss Marvel fun. And the same applies for the Marvels. Here she is with these actors in their mid-30s, and Brie Larson's character, who I imagine is a whole hell of a lot older than that. Monica Rambeau probably more closer to her real-life age. And like she's freaking out, and she's got witty one-liners, and again, like her childlike innocence and her excitement just to be there. It makes the whole thing just worth watching, and it just makes it all fun. And of course, Samuel L. Jackson is Samuel L. Jackson. He's fucking great, and no matter what he's in, even if a movie is bad, if he's in it, he's always good. Ashton too, who plays Dar-Ben, I thought she was great. I think she's probably one of the better villains in the MCU, because it's not simply like out of revenge, this villain, or she wants to take over the world or take over the universe. You know, she wants kind of revenge on Captain Marvel, but at the heart of it, she just wants to save her planet. So deep down, there are good intentions in her. You know, she just happens to want Captain Marvel dead because of what she did. There's also a number of cameos, which I won't... Well, I mean, the Valkyrie one was already kind of spoiled, so Valkyrie's in it briefly. But there's one towards the end of the movie, which I got really excited for, because this particular character I just fell in love with when I first met the person. Notice I'm not saying any, he, him, whatever, so I don't potentially spoil it. I'm doing good. But I absolutely fell in love with this character, and it is exciting to see them back, and I cannot wait to see more. There's also a gigantic cameo in that mid-credits scene, which sets up something even bigger than the final scene of the movie itself. And oh my God, I need it. I need more immediately. So ultimately, The Marvels. It is way better than I expected. It does have some issues with like its tone. It can't decide if it wants to be funny, if it wants to be serious, and I don't really think it mixes it very well. Because at times it just kind of it does feel a little awkward. But but when it is serious, it's good. When it's funny, it is funny. And the CGI, it's I think it's better than most recent Marvel movies. There are definitely moments where it's like, oh God, kind of like the final Captain Marvel battle in Captain Marvel, which was a terrible, terrible CGI mess. But I think it's better than most recent MCU movies, which a lot of them recently and the shows have been absolutely atrocious. But I went into this thinking that this is going to be just a mess of a movie because of the rumor of, Brie Larson didn't want to have a team up movie. And just the fact that Brie Larson is a wooden, stiff actor. But, the second it started, it's like, wow, she's gotten a whole hell of a lot better, or at least she cares more now. And it's just a fun movie overall. I give The Marvels a B plus.
Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.